What's your biggest question? What's your question? What's your question?
Well, Dr. Oz.
Since the beginning, Ask Oz has always been one of my favorite parts of the show.
This is so awkward.
Because even if you think it's too embarrassing or personal,
It seems that my poop doesn't want to come out.
I want to know what's on your mind. And now, even though times have changed, I'm still here for you. So what do you want to ask?
All right, let's see who is calling in today. I understand it's Yolanda from Maryland. I grew up near Maryland. Can we find? Oh, there she is. I love that yellow, Yolanda. How are you?
Hey, doctors, fine, and you?
Good. I like the sign behind you. Let's eat. It's
Let's eat.
a good pep talk. So you're in your kitchen. You're cooking up some eggs. You got some questions, I understand.
Yeah, Dr. Oz. So here's the thing. I really love my eggs, but it's one of my favorite foods. But one of my concerns is that I've been reading in the headlines that it causes diabetes. Is that really true? Is that something I have to worry about?
You know, there's a new rumor / headline about eggs every single week because we eat so much of them. So it's a great source of protein, very affordable. So I'm very cautious about taking this news harshly, but I do want to analyze it, which is what I did. So what is your favorite way to eat eggs?
Personally, I love them creamy, scrambled with spinach, maybe a little cheese.
You're like my daughter, Daphne. That's how she eats hers. I like mine sunny side up. I put them on a little thin piece of toast just to die for. So let's get back to the risks of not being able to eat eggs because we can't enjoy them creamy or otherwise if they're not good for us. So the headline about eggs and diabetes risk was surprising. So let's crack this study open. See where I'm going there, Yolanda? Let's crack it open. I can see you're impressed. So the latest study tracked 8,000 participants and looked at their consumption of eggs for over 20 years. That's a long time. At the end of the study, they looked at the participants' blood sugar levels to decide if they had diabetes. And they found that those people who ate the equivalent of 1 egg a day had about a 60% increased risk of diabetes, which is a lot. So go ahead, grab that little egg you have, if you don't mind, and crack it open for me in that bowl right there, yeah. Don't put it in the pan, crack it open in there. I'm gonna get my extra large egg over here. So I'll demonstrate the same with you. So when you look in there, and you've looked at eggs many times, what do you see?
I see yolk and egg white, kind of. Yeah.
Exactly. The yolk is pretty dominant, right? So
Yeah.
the egg white's not a problem. That's just protein. That's what the chick is eating when it's growing in the yolk. But the yolk has got a lot of things in there, including something called choline, which is spelled like this. And choline is an interesting substance. It's transformed in your gut bacteria to something that promotes inflammation. And that's a theoretical reason why it could be linked to diabetes. But I gotta say, Yolanda, not just because I love eggs, but because I look at this data, I just don't think there's enough evidence right now to link diabetes and eggs. And the reason I say that is because there are lots of other things happening to these people over those 20 years, right? They were eating foods that were very different. They were consuming more meat, more processed foods. In fact, the study was done in China, which has changed a lot in the last 2 decades. So I think a bigger risk factor in our diet is increased consumption of meat, processed food, and especially sugars. So I'm not as worried about this. So that stated, now that you're okay on diabetes, I understand you got 1 or 2 more questions on eggs. Take it away.
Yeah, so also too, I've been hearing or I've heard over the years people talking about if you eat too many eggs that it can cause high cholesterol. Is that something else I have to worry about too?
So interesting, cholesterol is largely genetic, but take a look at that egg again, that yellow part, that beautiful yellow. Guess what else is in there? You don't see it, but it's there. It's cholesterol. And there is cholesterol in that yolk. But here's the good news, and this is really important. It sometimes is counterintuitive, but it's critically important to understand. The cholesterol in our food is not the cholesterol in our blood. They're different. The cholesterol levels in your blood are actually correlated with other foods like high-fat diets, saturated fats in particular. That's what raises your cholesterol. It's not necessarily the cholesterol, for example, in an egg, which generally speaking doesn't impact your blood cholesterol that much. So again, the eggs get away without getting harmed. So you can keep enjoying your creamy eggs. Now, there's one question you haven't asked yet, but I bet you have a little bit of an inclination towards it. Are you ever curious how many eggs you can have in a day?
Yes, because myself and my family eat a lot of eggs. So please tell me, how many am I supposed to have?
All right, well, I'm going to make you wait for 1 second because when we come back, I'm going to teach you in America how many eggs we can all eat. And what about egg substitutes? And how about these eggless eggs? Have you heard about those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're getting lots to do. So do they give you enough protein and how do they taste? Find out when we come back. We are back with Ask Oz, and today we're asking the question, what are the real health concerns about eggs? So there are new worries about eggs and diabetes, right? A lot of you are still wondering about the cholesterol issues. I got to say, let me just clear everyone's palate here. I am not too worried about either being a risk to your health. So I'm okay with eggs, great source of protein, and very affordable. So Yolanda and the rest of the egg lovers in America, including me, want to know something else, which is how many eggs should you really be eating? So Yolanda, I'm going to let you get going. You're going to cook something up. You love eggs and greens, right?
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite thing. And actually, you're supposed to add that. You always say add greens. So I am going to be adding some asparagus today.
All right, you get going with the asparagus. I'm going to ask Kellyanne Petrucci, who's a world expert on this. She's a nutritionist. A question about this how many eggs can you eat in a day? It's again, all the good things about eggs, but there's probably a cap to how much you should have.
It's a great question. So the American Heart Association says 1 egg. And Dr. Oz, I think we should take them up on that because inside the egg, in the yolk, is vitamin D. And we want that vitamin D. It's great for bone health and even our immune system. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, my big egg here has been very helpful to me. So we got choline and cholesterol, both can be good in eggs, and vitamin D, which is huge, and plus the protein, all that good stuff. So let's talk about egg substitutes, because Yolanda, you got a little egg substitute I sent to you. You can start practicing as well, because I want to see if you like the taste. That's the big question.
That is.
What do we need to know about liquid egg substitutes that come in a carton? And I've seen more and more of these at the supermarket. They are a time saver.
Yeah, they are a time saver, and a lot of moms love these, but they're 90% water, 10% protein. But I have to tell you, they don't pack the same nutritional punch as regular eggs do, whole eggs. However, they are lower in calories. They don't have any cholesterol. They don't have any fats. So if you're just looking to boost your protein, this could be a good option for you.
I actually like egg whites.
I do too.
Well, I mean, if I had my choice, I'd have the yolk with it. But if you're going to have more than 1 egg, as you said, which is the ideal amount per day, you don't want more than that, egg whites are a way of getting it.
Supplement. It's great for people who exercise too.
Now, here's the big challenge for Yolanda and me. Eggless eggs. These are, substituted eggs. They look like the eggless, the yolks-free eggs, but these actually don't have any protein from eggs, period. So walk us through what's in there.
So they start out with some water. They all have water, and then some kind of egg-based powder. So this is soy milk powder. You can see that it's got some oil, some canola oil here, some natural flavors, some salt, soy lecithin. We've got a ghrelin gum and nutritional yeast, and that's what makes up these eggless eggs.
All right, so I noticed, I just put a little bit in here. They are behaving like regular eggs.
They do. They have the fluffiness, and a lot of people actually even like the taste. So there are benefits to this.
Yolanda, you cooking yours okay? How's it looking?
Oh, yeah, it's looking really good, Dr. Oz. She's right. They're nice and creamy and fluffy.
Yeah.
All right, what about the nutritional value of these compared to regular eggs?
Well, here's what's interesting. They're about the same calories, which is really interesting, which I love that about them. And they're the same protein, again, a good hit of protein, but they don't have any cholesterol at all. And some of these brands, they don't have any fat. So you're getting some good sources of nutrition here, which we love. And how do they taste, Dr. Oz? That's what we want to know.
I think these are a home run.
They're a home run.
Yolanda, what do you think? Are they moist enough? Are they fluffy enough for you?
Actually, they're nice and fluffy and really good. I really like them.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked. I was shocked too. They're a great supplement, and see how you have them there with some tomatoes. You can dress them up to a really nice meal. And again, you're getting that hit of protein. And for people who, don't have animal protein, what a great option.
I mean, I really couldn't tell the difference. I thought they would taste like sawdust. These are fantastic.
These are not sawdust.
I was scarred because my wife is vegetarian and we have tofu turkey, which does not taste like turkey.
This is not tofu. This is next level. We always evolve in nutrition and in health, and I call this next level vegetarian.
Can you bake with these?
You can do anything with these. They're a great substitute.
Yolanda, what do you think? You're chowing down like I am. Would you use these in the future?
Really good.
And I noticed that neither one of you offered me any, but I'm not going to say a word.
COVID.
That's okay.
I use the COVID excuse.
Yeah.
Yolanda's almost done. Yolanda, leave a little bit for your kids. God bless you for joining us. Thank you very much for all the questions, and Hope America learned from Kellyanne as always. Encyclopedic.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you so much.
Try these eggless eggs. They're worth it.
They're excellent.
Oh, my goodness.
I had to say it.
Kellyanne,
somebody was.
She'll be here all week, please. Try the corned beef. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.